Why is everything about 2001: A Space Odyssey lately? Two new Ridley Scott projects were announced this week. One is an adaptation of the 2001 sequel, 3001: Final Odyssey. The other would detail the story of occultist and rocket scientist Jack Parsons. And if Ridley Scott is the only thing tying those two stories together in your mind, you are not keeping up. Yesterday, Adult Swim released the new promo for The Eric Andre Show, and of course, it was a 2001 parody. Patrick Sevek released an amazing video illustrating the 2001 themed conversation from Always Record 95. It shows many of the examples and hidden details made apparent by Matt Pulver's research. That video also came out yesterday. And everyone's talking about Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, which just came out in theaters yesterday, and which Nolan cited as being heavily influenced by 2001: A Space Odyssey. More space news. In a replay of last week's rocket failure, Virgin Galactic suffered a similar disaster. There's a new podcast from Syncbook Radio called Astro Music that delved deep into the synchronicities and symbolism surrounding NASA's crash and served as an eerie portent to that of Virgin Galactic. If you want to dig deeper into this story, be sure to check it out. As for my take, well, let's see. NASA's rocket phallus can't get it up, Virgin Galactic crashes, both were on their way to the International Space Station, subtly named for Isis, the Virgin Goddess, a name America now feels the need to vilify by associating it with terrorism. At the same time, the World Trade Center phallus struggles to rise out of the ashes of another cartoon terrorist. Looking at the Wheel of the Year, I'd say a strange reflection of the Beltane ritual seems to be playing itself out, where the phallic green man Osiris goes up in flames before being reborn to reunite with Isis, his May Queen. But hey, that's just me. The May Queen here may be represented by the end-of-life advocate Brittany Maynard, who chose to depart this world on November 1st, at this same Wheel of the Year node, so famous for its association as the crossover of life and death. In a pale reflection of Brittany Maynard's bravery, American voters turned out for midterm elections to choose the method of their own demise.
Choose and perish.
What do you mean, choose? We don't understand.
Choose the form of the destructor.
Yes, people all over the country were faced with the age-old question. Would you prefer a fascist police state with the smiling face of liberal good intentions? Or would you like a fascist police state with the stern face of flag-waving Jesus?
I get it. Oh, very cute. Whatever we think of. If we think of J. Edgar Hoover will appear and destroy us.
The choice is made.
Whoa!
Even though it doesn't matter who is in charge because their policies are essentially the same, the role of Big Brother will now be played by a Republican majority. And finally, the elections deliver mixed news for pot smokers. Washington, D.C., Alaska, and Oregon all passed legislation to make marijuana legal. However, Oregon's GMO labeling initiative did not pass, so you can now legally smoke weed, but you won't know if it came from Monsanto. See you next Thursday.